Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back. I'm Jeannie, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a holiday winter mani using the new Vivid Glam Co holiday radio collection. I knew as soon as I got these colors I definitely needed to use them. I'll pop a picture on the screen of what the whole collection looks like. So these are the colors that I'm going to be using, and I will also note these were gifted to me as an ambassador of Vivid Glam Co, and you can use code Jeannie10 to save on your orders. I'm going to be starting with Hap-Happiest Season, which is a beautiful baby pink with just a little bit of shimmer to it. And it makes me so sad that you can't see it in the video or in pictures because it is just so gorgeous. It's just like this little subtle, gorgeous twinkle to it. I don't know, it's really hard to describe, but it is so, so pretty. Just wait till you see it in person. You'll know what I'm talking about. I actually was planning on doing one last Christmas mani, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. I just felt so uninspired, and it just hasn't really felt like Christmas. And I feel like the older I get, the less excited I get about Christmas, which I know is kind of sad to say, but like my niece and nephew are now older, so all they want are gift cards, so I can't even buy fun toys. And then I've also got a great niece and nephew, and they are older as well. So it's just not as exciting anymore. Of course, I look forward to spending time with family, but I don't know. I just felt so uninspired. So as soon as I saw this holiday radio collection, I knew I wanted to use it, but I figured I'd tie in at least like the winter theme and make it like a holiday winter mani. And that way I felt a little less guilty about not doing another Christmas mani. I swatched this collection live in the Vivid Glam Co Facebook group with Bree Hart, who is like the sweetest person ever. I'll leave her Instagram down below in the comments in case you are not following her, because you should be. And the colors were just so pretty. I actually made her pick which colors to use in this mani because I just couldn't choose. So huge props to Bree, because I am obsessed with the color combo that you picked out. Now I'm going to move on to Frosty Air, which is just a beautiful medium gray color. And gray is actually my second favorite color. Obviously, you probably know that purple is my obsession and my absolute favorite color. But I also really, really love gray. But I will say, even though purple is my love, one of my favorite ever color combinations is pink and gray. And so the way Frosty Air pairs with Hap-Happiest season is just so perfect. I can't stop staring at it. I absolutely love the way these two colors work together. So I'm going to do Frosty Air just on my ring finger, and that's going to be where I'm going to attempt my holiday plaid design. And this will be the first time I attempt a plaid nail, because to be honest, I was always kind of intimidated by it. And now that I've done it, I'll say it was both easier than I thought and harder than I thought all at the same time, just because straight lines are so difficult to do. But I found this inspo pic on Pinterest and I absolutely loved it. So I'll leave that on the screen so you can take a look at the original, and then this is what I'm recreating for this mani. I'm going to go ahead and cap the nails I've done so far in clear before I get into my glitter. And I will say, normally I always do all my solids first, cap and clear, and then get in the glitters. I know Hap-Happiest does have like a slight shimmer to it, but I thought it would be okay because it doesn't really have like chunky glitter pieces. So I'm just capping it together like it's a solid. This Vivid Glam Co crystal glass is one of my favorite clears. As you can tell, I have a huge jug of it, but it just works really well and it is truly so clear. But I will say, if you do struggle with your clear, there are a couple things you can do. If it's looking grainy or cloudy, you always want to make sure you apply a generous amount of dip base, and that way your clear has something to absorb into. And then once it's fully dry, you want to make sure you're scrubbing off any excess powder with a stiff brush, and that will make a huge difference as well. Although I'll say I haven't had any issues ever with the Vivid Glam Co crystal glass. Once you've scrubbed off your excess powder, make sure you're activating your nails before you get into the glitter, and that will ensure the stray glitters will not stick to your solid nails. Because there's probably nothing more annoying than a stray glitter in your solids. Wintry Fairyland just might be my favorite color out of this collection, but that's a really tough call because they're all very gorgeous. But there is something just really beautiful and special about Wintry Fairyland. So I'll say, to me, it looks like the base is a light lilac color. And don't take my word for it. I'd look up the description normally, but the Vivid Glam Co website is closed for the holidays. So I can't look it up, but generally when I describe a color, what it looks like to me, if I look at the description, what Logan writes is different to what I think it is. And of course, I would trust Logan's description over mine because she's the creator of her beautiful dips. But I'll say, without being able to look it up, to me, it looks like the base is a light lavender. And then you'll see here, it's got the really small hollow glitters in it. And I will say it is easy to work with, because they're not chunky glitters and the glitters are so small that they lay down really flat. I did 2 total layers of the glitter and then I capped in clear, and I will say my nails were not thick and bulky at all. So that just kind of speaks to how fine these glitters are and how flat they laid, because even with the 3 total layers of the glitter plus the clear, it did not create excess bulkiness. So you don't have to worry about bulky nails. I went ahead and filed and buffed off camera, so here's how we're looking now. And I'm going to go ahead and do my dip top coat for the nails that won't have any nail art in it, just to get it out of the way. So I'm going to apply one final layer of activator to those nails. I will wait 2 minutes and then apply my 2 layers of dip top coat. And just look at how this glitter shines under that top coat. I wasn't sure whether I was going to try to draw snowflakes, but then I found this sheet of stickers that I have from Triple D, and I believe it's from a previous Diva box that I had gotten, and I just haven't used them yet, but they were really pretty, so I decided to use those. And I do like these because they are kind of that 3D snowflake, so they are raised, but the backing of them is super thin. So you want to be really careful when you're applying the stickers, because once you put it down on the nail, they're probably going to be stuck. I mean, obviously I didn't test that, but you would probably have to buff it off. So I want to make sure I kind of place it where I am intending for it to go. And then once I confirm that it's in the right spot, I will press it down firmly onto my nail. Now I know I said I like these stickers because they're 3D, but I do want to use dip top coat for this mani. I just don't feel like using gel. And because these stickers are so thin, if I went straight in with my activator, it would more than likely melt the stickers. So I'm going to have to sacrifice the 3D, and I'm capping the nail in clear, and that way I can go ahead and activate and top coat without impacting the sticker. If you want to use gel, just skip the capping and clear and go in with your gel base and gel top coat. Either way, they're really pretty. Moving on to my plaid nail, I will be using my line art gels from iGel Beauty, and I do have an affiliate code. You can use code Jeannie60 to save 60% off your orders at iGel. So I've got a pink, a gray, and a white. I don't end up using the gray, but I thought I might. So I'm gonna start with the pink, and this is all gonna be on my gray nail, which is my ring finger. So with the gel art liners, you always wanna make sure you're removing any of that excess gel, because it does kind of get on the neck of the brush and could drip on you. So make sure you're removing that excess, and then make sure you have something to keep your hand stable, especially if you have shaky hands like me. So I'm just drawing a line off to the left down my nail, and I'm trying to make it as straight as possible, but if it's not completely straight, it's okay, because I want it to be a bit thicker. So I'll thicken it up as I go. And I will say, which when I first started doing nail art, I thought it was counterintuitive, but if you're doing longer lines, it's actually easier to use a longer brush. So that's why I like using the brushes in the line art gels, because they are longer brushes. It helps make a straighter long line, where I used to think that I had more control with a smaller brush, but then I had more strokes and it became more uneven and crooked. So once I've got that line, I'm gonna run a line near the top of my cuticle area across it. So I'm gonna kind of make that cross across it, and then I will thicken that up as well. And once I've got those lines where I want them, I'm actually going to give it a full 60-second cure. So typically I usually just give it a flash cure and then cure all the gels together, but I will have some overlap of the gels, so I want to make sure everything's fully cured, so I'm going to give it a 60-second cure. Moving on to my next set of lines, I want them to be a glitter line and I want it to match my glitter that's on my index and pinky. So I decided to take some gel top coat and mix it in with my actual dip. So I'm mixing this with the Wintry Fairyland. So I've got a little bit of gel, I added some of that glitter, and then I'm just taking a dotting tool and mixing it in. So I'm trying to make sure I've got the right ratio because I do want it super glittery because I love glitter, but I don't want it to make it too thick to where it's hard to work with. So I'm just adding more as I kind of mix it in and determine like how glittery it is. So you don't want to add it all at once or else you'll get too much and then you'll have to add more gel, and then before you know it, you've got a palette full. So just add a little bit at a time until you get the right consistency and the right amount of glitter that you want in your gel. So once I've got that, I'm going to use my liner brush. This is the 12 millimeter liner brush from iGel Beauty. And I'm going to pick up some of that glitter, which I feel like I made it probably just a little bit too thick, but I could still work with it. So I take some of that glitter gel that I just mixed on that liner brush, and then from the opposite side of the pink long line, I will make a glitter line. And then I'll pick up more of that glitter gel as I need. And then you'll see once I finish that line, I may pick up just a little bit of glitter and place it where it may be a little more sparse on that line. I'm not really sure when you're doing a plaid design if there is an actual right or wrong way to layer your colors. So this is the first time I'm doing it, so I just used my inspo pick as a guide, but I'm sure you could layer them in a different way if that's your preference. So once I've got my glitter line down, I just want to clean it up a little bit and make it a little bit thinner and crisper. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this end of a cuticle pusher and I'm just kind of pushing in the line just to make it a little bit neater. And this is the advantage of using gels, is I haven't cured it yet. So I do have the opportunity to clean it up a bit before I cure it. And then I do notice there are some spots where I just want just a tiny bit more glitter. So I'm just picking up a little bit more with my liner brush and placing it where I want it. So at this point, I could give it a flash cure for 10 to 15 seconds, but I decide to risk it. So now I'm going in with a line that's perpendicular to my longer line, so across from my shorter line that's at my cuticle area. Now this is going to be towards my free edge, and I'm using the same glitter gel that I created. And I have to say, I absolutely love the way Wintry Fairyland looks against Frosty Air. I think they pair really nicely together, and I'm glad because I was a little bit worried that the glitter would blend in with the gray, but I think it just really complements the gray. For the last part of my plaid design, I'm going to be using my white liner, but in hindsight, I kind of wish I would have used the gray that I had pulled out earlier because I feel like the white kind of blended in with the pink a little bit too much. But maybe that was just a blessing in disguise because the white wasn't as straight or as centered as I wanted it to be, so maybe it's a good thing that you can't see it as well as intended. So I initially made my pink lines a little bit thicker on purpose because I knew at the end I would want to come in with this white gel and draw a thin line down the middle of the lines. But I will say it did take me a couple tries just to get it the way I wanted it. And it's not perfect, but it's as close as I can get. But there were some attempts where the lines were super crooked and sometimes not even in the pink. So I would just wipe that away with a lint-free wipe and some alcohol, and then I would just try again. Once I'm done with the lines, I should have flash cured because it took me a couple tries to do. I don't know why I didn't, but luckily I didn't smudge them. So what I'm going to do next is next to the glitter line, I'm just going to kind of draw diagonal tick marks against that glitter line on both the long end and the free edge end. I feel like the hardest part about trying to do nail art on myself is my hand can only move in certain directions. So I'm constantly fighting with my hand to try to get the right angle to be able to do the designs that I want. I don't know. Does anyone else struggle with that? That plaid nail was a little bit of a struggle, but I'm definitely glad I finally gave it a try, and I am happy with the way it turned out, even if it's not perfect. But I mean, really, what is perfect? So now that I've got those nails done, I applied a final layer of activator, and now I'm going in with my dip top coat. Because my other nails already have dip top coat on them, I need to wait a little bit longer before I go in with my second coat for these two nails. So typical process, I would do all 5 nails, and then by the time I'm done with my 5th nail, my other nails are ready for their second coat. But because I'm only doing 2 nails, this is real time. I'm waiting maybe 10-15 seconds. And then once they start looking a little dull and wrinkly, that's when I know it's safe to go in with my second layer. And that will give me maximum shine of my top coat. I'm going to finish off my mani with my Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil in the scent Spruce It Up. And this one is a piney, clean, like soapy scent. It kind of reminds me of, I think the soap is called Irish Springs. It's really great and I love it. I'm surprised. I wasn't really sure, but it's just such a clean, fresh scent without being like overly perfumey. And here's the finished look. What do you think? If you're still here with me, thank you for hanging in there as I worked through this plaid design. I don't know why, I was intimidated by it for the longest time, but I'm definitely glad I finally gave it a shot. So I'm curious, are there any nail designs that you've been intimidated by that you haven't tried yet? Drop them down below in the comments, and then if there are, I would challenge you to just try it. You never know until you try. I didn't think I could do this plaid design, and it didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would. And I have to say, these colors, I am obsessed. The whole holiday radio collection is beautiful, but these colors in particular together. And you know, I'm not a huge pink fan. I do like pink, but this pink is so beautiful and I would definitely wear it again. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps you to recommend me to others. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.